Brothers, are we afraid to upgrade when it comes to our women? Let's talk about it. This is an Iwebu production.
Period.
Well, I don't know if y'all have seen the recent viral video, but there has been a lot of podcasts happening with all men, which is actually refreshing to see, I would say, because, you know, we're going to talk. Women going to talk. But this video has a lot of people upset. I'm actually kind of excited to finally hear from y'all. Because, you know, we've been complaining about men. We've been nagging about y'all, what y'all doing wrong, what we don't like, what you need to do. And now the men are like, okay, it's our turn. We are going to let y'all listen to this viral clip and we're going to dive in.
I make very, very good money. And she says, the only thing I need now is a man. It's like, yo, like, it's like, who wants you? Who wants you? You're right. Like, once you have achieved these things, you have unfortunately disqualified yourself. Ooh. And what it is these, and this is the thing, I'm not blaming
the women are gonna hate him for that.
No, see,
they are gonna hate him for that.
They
I can't wait to put this out.
Baby, you go ahead and take it.
Well, man, I can relate. All right, with this. I too have shied away from ambitious women. I'm gonna keep it 100.
Okay.
Plus. Okay.
Let it be known.
I did. Let's take it back. Back when I was in my early 20s, I was in a relationship with a young lady who was in med school. I was in school when I met her, but then I had just left because I had a child on the way. Well, this didn't go over too well with her parents. Her mother and father basically declined to ever meet me. Her mother, this is via her, she would tell me is that she like, you with that thug.
Wow.
Now, mind y'all, I ain't no thug. You understand? Like, I got some thug in me if it need to go down. But overall, babe, like,
sweetheart.
I'm no thug. I'm like, wow, this is the first time I had been looked at as a thug. And I guess it was judged off of, she felt like this young lady should be with someone that's going in the same direction as her.
Of her caliber.
As her caliber.
Yeah.
You know, I'm someone who had a child on the way, eventually had a child while I was with her. And she's in med school trying to become a doctor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Her mom and daddy was like,
nah. They was like,
baby, you can do better.
You can do way better, okay? It broke my heart because before then I had been looked at as this stand-up guy. Every girl that I had been with in high school, all their parents favored me. They liked me, right? So never met her mother. Only time I seen her was one time in the mall when she literally like mean mugged me like, dude, I should hit you. Like, get away from my daughter. That's the way that she looked at me straight up. So this caused me to eventually go into a new relationship. I wanted to be that person that was needed, right? That was favored in some way. And that's what I did. I went to a young lady. No, she actually was in college, but she wasn't going for being no medical student. She didn't have a lot of the other things that the other girl had. I mean, you know, most of this other girl had like a condo on a plaza and all this other type of stuff. Had her own whip. This other girl did not have it. She needed me a little bit more. It felt good to be needed. Okay, fellas, I can relate. Felt good to be wanted, to be needed, actually. Not just wanted, but needed. And that's what I felt like.
So it's kind of true that y'all like saving, you know.
Whoa.
Well, no, wait, listen.
What we saving out here, baby?
Hold on. No, I'm saying, you know how like, it's like that superhero type of thing, like, oh, I brought you from the bottom, and I
you want to be that knight in shining armor.
Yeah, that's the word. Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, you want to be that. You want to be that guy, and even though
you want to see what you created, like
exactly,
yeah.
And even though most people to this day probably think I was stupid, and like. Even back then, just like, you crazy, like, cause they think about dollar signs. She gonna be a doctor and all that. I didn't really care. Those things, y'all might think I'm still dumb. Like, that ain't what mattered to you.
No,
like,
I
wanted to be wanted and needed, like, and to be esteemed in a way. And not saying she didn't necessarily do that, but it was just like her parents. Like, I can't even meet them. Like, I'm a thug in this situation. I've never been there. This is uncharted territory. So again, go over to this other relationship, and throughout my 20s. I shied away from women that were on their stuff like this. I ran across other ladies that were doctors and like in these higher fields. And now looking back, I literally pushed them all to the side. It was very short-lived mini relationships, if anything.
Yeah.
Eventually, though, towards my later 20s, I started to mature up. But what I found out was that the women that I've been dealing with were fixer-uppers. Okay? And I no longer wanted somebody that I kind of had to drag. I had to drag you to read a book. I gotta drag you to read that Bible. I gotta drag you to pray with me. I gotta drag you not to talk crazy and do all of these other things. Like, not saying I'm the perfect person, but what I'm saying is this is what I was picking. You understand? And it was a reflection really of me and my insecurities based off of what I had been in before.
Wow.
Well, again, later 20s, got to it. But she said, I know what I want. I know I want a woman that's more established and really confident, because I want someone that can speak life into me. You can only speak life into someone when you're already confident about yourself. You can only love when you know how to love yourself.
Facts.
That's when I found you. Okay. I ran into my beautiful wife.
Tell him about me, daddy.
And though you were a little bit younger than me, you know, my wife, she had her head on
a little bit
straight.
younger, baby. He like y'all.
She like to put me on Front Street about this.
Like, that's something to be proud of, that you went and got a little young thing.
So
it wasn't like I was illegal.
No, you wasn't. You was. I mean,
you're like a decade older. than me.
No. Hold on. She always rounding up stuff. She always rounding. Listen,
y'all. Hold on.
She's 8 years young. She's 8 years younger than me.
Hold on. Let's ask the people: is 8 years a decade or not?
It's not. Okay. This is kind of a side note. It took me a minute when I even had thought I was like remotely liking you.
Yeah.
If I was really going to be with you, because of your age, because I never been with someone that young. I think 5 years was the max I have ever been with somebody, or really had dealt with somebody. Let's say at least talk to them. That was that young. And so I was like, I don't know
about this.
But the thing about you was that you're around nothing but seasoned women. I mean,
that's fact.
Straight up, you hung with your mama and your auntie niece. Like, so when I was talking to you, honestly, based off that past like almost decade that I went through of the women I dealt with, you were head and shoulders above them, like as far as maturity wise. So I guess that's what Aaliyah meant. Age ain't nothing but a number or something. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's a number though. Again, it led me to get with someone who was more established. You were already into your music career. You knew what you wanted for the most part. You're very, very, very confident in yourself, so much that you came in, and because at this time I'm deflated. Okay. I done dealt with too many women it wasn't something that was lifting me up. I look back and I'm like, dang, I kind of.
Well, it might have been where you were, but it wasn't where you needed to be. Like, it wasn't where you were going.
Exactly.
And so it might have matched you actually in that season probably. But I was growing. You kept seeing like there's more, there's better. I want to do better. I want to do more. And it didn't match with what you were with at that time. No,
it really wasn't. And I knew going forward I needed someone that could pull up beside me. Okay, I think Fabulous said something like that, like get somebody that can pull up beside you. Like, I'm a movement by myself, but we're a force when we're together. Right. So,
but I'm a force when we're together.
See, she ready to sing. And I'm like, y'all sing every episode. Anyway, and that's what I saw with you. I was like, I can build something with this woman. Like, she's going somewhere, I'm going somewhere. I was elevating in my career at this time.
Let's go back if I can. Let's go back to the deflation.
Yeah.
Because that is something that I immediately recognized coming in. Because I was like, you were asking stuff that was common sense to me. Like, you think I should grow my beard out? And I'm like,
man, so example.
Sure.
One of my exes, I was thinking about growing out my beard. I remember coming to this young lady like, hey, I was thinking about growing out my beard. I think it'll be real fly. No. What you think? That girl looked at me and said, no. I was like, oh. Like, why you want to do that? I'm like, oh, I just thought it would be dope. Like, killed me. I was like, okay, gosh, dang, the woman I'm dealing with don't think this is dope. So I guess I'll put it on the shelf. And then fast forward, when I got with you, this had been in my mind the whole time. I'm like, man, what you think about me growing on my beard? What'd you say?
Like, yeah. It's like, that'd be sexy.
Right away.
Like, yeah.
So that's why she tries to take all the credit for upgrading me.
Well, no, I mean,
to the levels
I don't take credit for upgrading you, but because you had, like you said, you had the ideas, you had the vision of what you could be.
Help bring it out a little bit more.
But you needed a helpmate to be confident enough in herself to be able to say, yeah, do that. Like, I remember being with someone that didn't want me to wear heels, and I was like, okay, that's odd.
He's so sexy in them heels.
But he didn't want me to wear heels because he was dang near the same height as me. So a lot of times they're requesting these things because of an insecurity. Like, they don't want you, like, nah, don't get too sexy because you might go past me. Like, nah, I want you to be just as fine as me. I want when I walk in the room, people be like, dang, who dressed y'all? Remember when we was at a concert and they was like, y'all smell delectable.
Oh, like, yeah. It was a Christian hip hop artist that said that.
Y'all, like, I want both of us. I never wanted to walk in the room with a dude that, like, was less than me. But in the beginning, you thought that was good. You thought having a woman that needed you. But what came along with a woman that wasn't ambitious, what came along with a woman that wasn't confident, was also someone that did not know herself. So she couldn't even push what you might have had on the inside.
Yeah. I saw myself trying to inflate this person. And I never could really do it. It was a job that wasn't meant for me.
Absolutely.
I knew that this was a job that was meant for somebody, and I knew that me staying was put myself in the place of God. Anyway, to go back with these guys and seeing them like laughing.
Well, they're laughing in a way that they're confident that what they're saying, so it makes sense. I honestly think that with choosing a woman that is not established or not ambitious or maybe don't know herself, it's a disservice to you. Because I think about, how I did upgrade.
Oh, here she go. No,
but I do obviously with you
I gotta give you we both, I think we complement each other in many different ways.
Definitely. Like, I think about females that are like really cute, like really, really fine, a cold female. And then she got like, Lord help me. Let's say we got this like suburban girl, real pretty, real elegant, real classy, and she surrounded by a bunch of like ratchet chicks, and they don't know how to dress, and it's like, well, that's an odd group. But guess what? Her being around women that might not be at her caliber boosts her ego. But in the long run, it does not help her go past where she could. I even think about like how I had to examine my circles, and I know this is going somewhere else, but how I had to examine my circles, like, I'm the friend that has the most money out of everybody if everybody making $20,000 a year. Or I'm the cutest if everybody's out of shape and eating hot chips all day. Like, but like, will I go past where I'm at right now if I stay here? And so I think it's a disservice when you are afraid of someone coming in your life and challenging you. That's ego. Like, that's pride. You know what I mean?
No, and I believe that even you brothers that's watching this and you agree with these comments and you feel the same way as these guys, like, oh, she went and got all this. Now she thinks she about to get a good man. Like, she think we want her now. Nah, you two achieve now, woman.
That's so odd.
Like, that just speaks to their immaturity and where they're at right now.
Immaturity.
And I say congrats to the woman that they're talking about, because those dudes that's laughing like that ain't who you want. The brothers, like, shout out to AO who responded and had a great reply to that. That's what you want. A guy who has his vision, all those different things.
And he's not intimidated by a woman
he's not
that comes along and know who she is.
Exactly.
It's like, that's sexy.
Oh, yes.
What are you talking about?
I listen, when you came how you was with your style, the confidence, the swag, I saw something and I was like, man, I seen some places where you needed me. And then I was like, I saw some places where I needed you. And that's how it should be in a marriage, in a relationship overall. How do we complement each other? Okay. Again, I can relate with these guys in some ways, but applause to all the ladies who's on that level that's going there. You're about to eliminate those type of brothers that's laughing at that. So, brothers, are we afraid of upgrading? I want to hear from you. Thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. If you could do us a huge favor, please hit that like button and please subscribe.
Yes, and do not forget to hit that notification bell
Yes.
We need y'all to be notified every single time we go live and when we drop a video. And follow us on all social media platforms at the Ewables. And we will see y'all next time on Radical Love with the Ewables.
We'll see you.